on to the questions that I had put on my Instagram that anyone has been wanting any answers to or is just wondering. 15, probably a little less than that, questions that I was given. Some of them were repetitive, so hopefully the question that you asked is answered. I have just been wanting to give a little bit of background information from where, just any information about us, being a mom and how everything is, and anything about our channel. So there's like 3 different kinds. There's like questions about my channel, questions about motherhood, and then questions of like tips and advices. So I'm gonna start with the ones on the channel. Thank you for everybody who did send any questions. And the first one is, what made me start the YouTube channel? Ever since I was a kid. I actually always just loved recording myself for no odd reason. I just did, and would always pretend that I was a YouTuber, I guess, or just somebody in the camera. I always thought I was somebody because they're just silly to me and they're fun. I love putting the camera to my face and just talking. Don't know, or just like the editing part. I love the editing. Obviously, from here to 10 or less years ago, things have changed, so there's different reasons I could be recording for. I have always wanted to record and post, especially why I post on TikTok. It's like a mini YouTube for me. Aside from wanting to post the channel for this specifically, I grew up not really having much photos or videos of myself as a kid, and there's multiple reasons to that, of course, but I know that there isn't much out there for me, or that I have personal myself. I don't have anything to go back to, or like, especially videos. I have like one video when I was like 5. As somebody who doesn't really remember anything, I absolutely, and I don't remember anything. It really sucks because I can't see how I was, or especially I don't have any photos of me as a newborn. I don't know what I look like. So I've been told by my mom, you know, like, just look at your daughter. That's basically how I was, but like, I can't compare that. I can't see for myself. Up until certain ages, there is some photos every now and then, so that's what I can compare it to. Don't want anybody to have that feeling, let alone my own daughter, because as a girl, you like to see your parents pass and you like to see those photos. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's more of a girly thing than a guy thing, that you just want to see how your parents were when you were a kid and your family as kids and blah blah blah, where you came from back in the day. You just want to see that part. Definitely wanted to start this channel for her, as in show her life in my eyes, how I see it. Pretty much why I started the channel in general. This is like for her specifically. The time being, that goes to the next question: how long do I plan on making it, and is it only for my daughter? And no, it's not only for my daughter. It is for the time being, because it is for her. It is for her. There is videos aside that I do want to post just for myself that I will keep, because this is my own personal channel, but it is currently dedicated for her for a long time. We'll be posting things like this Q&A. I will be posting more things for me too, but all of this is just focused on her for the next like 5 years, knock on wood. And how long do I plan on making videos? Honestly, for a very long time, until I just give up on not editing. I love creating memories that I can always look back on, and having a sense of life that's always going to be alive and I don't remember in my head, especially because I don't remember anything postpartum either. Like, I have photos of my daughter and stuff, but like, I don't recognize those moments that I like to post so that I can recollect it in my brain. The next question is, will I ever create shopping vlog? Yeah, I mean, it's the winter. I don't really like to go over an hour away. The weather starts to feel warmer as it is right now. Yeah, I will definitely create shopping videos. I do mini shopping vlogs on my TikTok, which they're there. Every now and then we go out on the weekend, we get groceries, and sometimes we'll go out to eat, and they are vlogs on there, just not on the YouTube. Very short clips that I gather. Short, not enough to post on YouTube unless they're like YouTube shorts. I've done a couple, and it was Vlogmas. Vlogmas was incredibly hard. Didn't do much. It started to get cold. There wasn't much to do, anywhere to go for like the Christmas stuff and the Christmas shopping, so that's on there. If it's worth making like a full-on vlog, I will be posting it on YouTube, but for shorter clips and videos, I do post it on my TikTok. The next question is, what are your favorite things to do as a family? We actually do movie nights a lot. As a family, we love to get all of our snacks, including my daughter. We get the popcorn, get drinks, and we pick out a movie. And we do a lot of movie nights, honestly. But aside from movie night, we always go to the park. That's the one main thing. As soon as our daughter started walking, we're always at the park. One thing that my daughter loves is going out in the nature. Main things that isn't necessarily like a hobby. It's more of just something that we obviously do as a family. That is one of our favorite things, or my favorite things to do, is when we do go get our groceries, we will always get something to eat, and we'll be parking somewhere and we're just eating as a family, and we're just having car picnics all the time. It's so much better than eating at a restaurant, in my opinion. We don't really go out to eat, but we will have picnics 24/7. Our car seat and everything should be sitting in the back, and I'll be comfy sitting in the passenger, and we'll just be sitting there talking. One of my favorite things to do when we're just relaxing together. The next question is, rate 1 to 10 as a first time mom. Personally, a 10 for me, probably 11. It's just beyond the scale, honestly. I don't really feel as if it was my first time being a mother, because I do have younger siblings, and I did have a huge part in raising them, obviously. It doesn't really feel like my first child. Obviously, I did give birth to her. She is my first child, but it does not feel like my first at all. Really easy for me based off of the experience that I had, so it was really easy on me, honestly. Raising a daughter, raising a kid as a first-time mother. I gave birth to her at 18. I'm now turning 21, but it's been really easy for me. A 10 for me, honestly. Next question would be advice to first-time moms. Any advice? You definitely need to do your research. Prior to becoming a first-time mom, you need to do your research. It's very important for you to know just the basics. That way it's easier for you when the time comes around of you actually being a first-time mom. That's one of the first things, because personally, again, back to the question prior, I knew everything, and it was really easy for me because of it. Aside from the small things where you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Just the main things that you wouldn't know happen. Definitely do your research on that. Just know everything. It makes it easier for you. Second thing is, you need to go outside. You do not go outside, it will take a toll on you. You need to go outside. If it's just fresh air, anything, even if it's winter, you need to, as soon as you can, just buckle up and go out, go to the store, get some groceries, grab some fast food, anything. You do need to go outside for some fresh air. Last advice for first-time moms, you need to be there for your kid, honestly. It forms them to who they are now. I've seen the differences in children, all types of children, you not being around. And that doesn't include just the mother herself. It includes just family. Make your kid feel loved. It will go a long way as how they grow. And don't stress it. Don't think that you're doing anything wrong just because you're a first-time mom. One's on that boat eventually. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. You just don't have the answer to it yet, and that's fine. As long as you figure it out, that's completely fine. You're all doing great. I did great, and I know it. Or my baby would not be 2 years old today. Just trust your instinct. That's another advice. You need to trust your freaking gut. You know it. You have a mom gut. That's why it's there. That's how we were with our freaking ancestors, okay? Trust that gut. And the next thing that I have is advice on overcoming postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety. And those are absolutely huge, freaking important things that I can give my advice to, but everyone's different, Me, for the postpartum depression, I did go through postpartum depression for long, but it was there for a little bit, and it was getting pretty bad. Till this day, I suffer from really bad anxiety because of postpartum anxiety. For a long time, ever since I was young, I've had anxiety, just not diagnosed, but I knew it was there. I never said anything because I knew, Like if a doctor confirmed it, I'd be like, oh, like it's real. Like I knew it, you know. I was there up until postpartum. It was really bad for me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I started feeling like I was going in psychosis, because it also goes back to you going outside. I didn't. I was really depressed. I'm not sure why. It just happens, okay? There's reasons why and there's reasons. One of the things that helped me is going outside. You go outside. You literally just go outside and do things that make you happy. Honestly, do things that make you want to get up. And even if that's watching freaking TV on a couch, if it gets you off that bad, go do it. And you need to have a support system. That's one of the main things. You need to have your support system. You can go take a bath. If you really want it, go take your bath. That will help you come out of it. Especially if you have like your routine. Getting a routine done, although it's hard sometimes with depending on your child's sleep schedule, find a way to get a routine down. It doesn't have to be a perfect, precise schedule, but having a routine down, you know, when to wake up, when to have lunch, when to have breakfast, dinner, when to have a snack for yourself, things like that. Just having a routine definitely helps, especially along with the anxiety. As somebody with it till this day, having a plan and like a schedule for tomorrow or the next weekend or next month, honestly, definitely really freaking helps with all that. And having a clean space, as much as you don't feel like cleaning, you know, try and get some help. Having a clean space will definitely help you. Make sure you eat. Make sure you eat too. You need to get your vitamins and your nutrients. Brain can still be functioning. Music could also be a great thing. That definitely did help me, is more music and connecting with your child. If you don't feel a connection with your child, trying to do things together with your child. If you're depressed because of that, there's thousands of reasons you could feel postpartum depression or anxiety, but as long as you find the root of that problem and you do things with that, you definitely be okay eventually. To give yourself time also to heal. Don't feel rushed to immediately like be a mom, you know. You're still fresh out of this, especially if it's fresh. Like, you're still fresh. If your child's not even one, it is fresh. It is literally fresh. Like, you don't know who you are now, and that's okay. You're a whole new person. You just gave birth to a human. You're gonna be new, and so you need to give yourself a lot of time to figure out who you are. Right now you're just taking care of your baby, and that's fine. That's completely fine. You're figuring out who your baby is and what connection you guys do have. So you do need to give yourself some time. My favorite part of motherhood was the next question, and my favorite part is honestly motherhood itself. Sit here and think, I love being a mom in general. I love doing things that make her happy. Having fun when she has a smile on her face is my favorite part. She just woke up from her nap. Me teaching her new things is probably the best thing too, is just watching her learn all these new things, especially if I'm teaching her. It's a great thing. I love it. 10 out of 10 for me. These last two questions on my daughter's waking up from her nap. Tips on teething. We'll first figure out if they're teething or not. There could be different things as to why those symptoms are occurring, depending on if you're actually certain they're teething. Hold on. If you're actually certain that they're teething, the first thing to do is tell your doctor, their pediatrician. See what they tell you first, you know, depending on the age. My daughter didn't teething at 4 months, but she didn't grow teeth until 6 months. So she was on and off teething for a while, but they didn't grow until 6 months. So the first thing that helped me, which was the best thing, is also I didn't really have a fussy kid at all when it came to pain, I guess. When it came to just like anything where a baby should be crying about, my daughter wasn't really crying for it, which is really odd. One thing that did help when she was fussy, especially fevers do break, by the way, when your child seems sick when they're teething, okay? So that's rule number one, is don't think that they're sick. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is check if they have a fever. If they have a fever, halt the fever. And the second thing is you need to buy this one thing. It helped my child with the disturbing gums. If you don't have like home remedies for it, I guess, if you want something like that will actually help. I'll have the photo here. I don't know what it's called, but it's something for the teething. My mom actually had given it to me, but I was gonna buy it anyway. Used it, great. It's like a little gel that you put on the gums. It's the best thing for like the teething irritation. Thing is honestly just having lots of teething toys, teething things that the baby can teeth on around, honestly, firsthand. Just let them have it. They'll get the irritation out all on their own. And it's okay. They're not hurting. They're not hurting their teeth. Those things are strong. Those gums very hard. Like, they're not hurting themselves, so it's okay. Like, don't worry about them hurting themselves. Help them along with it, you know. But they're gonna be bothered by it, and they have a lot of drool. Make sure you're carrying around little like rags along with you anywhere that you're at. Another thing that helped was milk from my daughter when she would have cold milk. I don't know about you guys. Obviously not cold formula per se, cold bottles, you know. I don't know why. That's just what helped her. Any other tips that you wanted? Because I have other tips, but I don't really know what specific should be still talking about. But those are some tips. The last question would be sleep regression tips. Lord, now that was tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. When they have sleep regression for a couple things, one of the main reasons they have sleep regression is they're just growing, they're learning new things, and that's okay. If you need a break every now and then, especially if your child is fussy, you know, switch roles with somebody and take a breather and just relax a little bit. They're growing. It's the best part about it. When they're having sleep regression, you're reminded that, oh yeah, they're growing, they're learning, they're becoming who they are, you know. And it's really tough to deal with, but as long as, again, you get a routine down, even if it means pushing bedtime later or skipping a nap time to help them sleep later. Do bath before nap, and not before nap, bath before bed is one of the main things that can help every single time that they have that. Get their bottles, make sure they're getting their bottles in for the night, bottles in for the day. Make sure they're near the sunlight. That's one of the main things that helped me, is being near the window. No, or even taking them outside if you want to take them outside. Make sure that they're around the sun. That's one of the main things that sleep regressions also happen, is they think like morning's night and night is day. So make sure they are known that it is daytime. So you gotta open all those curtains up, open all those windows up, like let it be bright up in the night that it is daytime. And then when it's nighttime, you know, shut it all off, make it all black. Obviously, unless you have like a red light or whatever lights at night that you have. One of the hugest things that helped me, because I at the time was living at my mother-in-law's, so I was in a basement that we had fixed up, and we didn't have any windows. My daughter was like not in vitamin D at all, which was really bad, because then it thought for her that it was just nighttime all the time. It was not. I mentioned again, is pushing the bedtime a little later, and they wake up a little later too, which is okay for the time being. It's not bad as long as they get their sleep, you know. If you're definitely worried about that, consult their pediatrician if you're truly worried about the sleep regression and being something else. Even some white noise definitely helps. White noise, brown noise, there's all types of freaking noises out there. Definitely helps. Sleep regression, like in the middle of the night, I would just bathe my daughter, honestly. Bathe my daughter. Or one of the things that I've done also is taking them outside in the middle of the night. Them outside, and then you take them a bath, and they go right back to sleep. Really freaking odd, but yeah, if they wake up at like 3 in the morning and they're just not wanting to sleep, take them outside, take them a bath, they'll go to bed. Give them their milk, they will go to bed. They're just growing. You just have to hold on, make sure you have a role, and you switch and you tap out. That's all that I have. Yeah, I've really got nothing else to say either. For my own personal questions, I've got nothing. If you have any other questions, this was really fun for me. And my daughter wants me. She's no longer talking and having fun. She is now whining. Thank you for the questions. I appreciate it. I want more. Oh no, she's knocking the door. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys. I keep saying thank you. I just don't want to turn off the camera. See, that's my issue.